Hello YouTube and welcome to Gamers Initiative. I'm Austin.
And I'm Jesse, and today we will be comparing Pandemic, the reprint, with the original Pandemic. And as you can see here, much newer box art, this one seems a little more
Old style.
old school, I suppose, more like cartoony, I would say.
Cartoony.
In a way, where this one seems more like a CGI type image, I would say, personally.
Right, it's a more modern type.
Precisely. So first of all, one of the big differences overall, you will see the artwork expands to the boards themselves. First of all, we've got the original board here, as you can see. Just nothing too particular. Lots of greens and like grayish color. Not a lot of color here. Not very bright or vibrant, but still gets the job done.
And then we've got the much newer board, which it's got a perfect design. It's much better to read and be able to connect the cities.
Agreed. The colors are a little more they're a little brighter. They pop out a little more. It's more bluish than a grayish color.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot better.
I would agree.
We like to play on both of the
yes,
different
they're
versions,
wonderful. And of course,
it comes with a little
one of my
little Z-Man's pamphlet that has all the different games in it. It's pretty neat.
One of my favorite differences are the components. I'm a big fan of plastic components. So as you can see here, these are a plastic cube compared to a wooden cube. Plastic, clear,
And then just a wooden little box.
and a wooden cube.
They're also smaller too, so you can fit more on the cities and not have all that clutter.
And it's not, yes, precisely. Another big difference is the vials, in which represent each disease. The 4 diseases originally, nothing too fancy, just a piece of cardboard with a vial on one side and a sunset on the other. Not a big deal, just nothing too fancy. And on the other hand, with the reprint,
They actually have a little vial.
You've got a much nicer wooden vial.
Actually, it doesn't really feel like wood. It is wood, but it doesn't really feel like it. Kind of feels kind of rubbery, sort of.
Sort of like that plastic coating they put on wood.
Yeah. Which is definitely nice because
of course
it feels really well in between your
And
fingers.
of course, I'm always a big fan of getting more on your reprints and making it better somehow, other than just basic differences of plastic and wood. One of the big differences that I can thoroughly happy about is you get 2 extra roles that you can play as for a little more variety, each one with a new character ability, which will help you battle the diseases.
Definitely.
Which I think is great. It gives you a little more variety and mixes it up a little more.
They try to help you out a little bit more, at least.
Agreed.
And real quick, I just found this little thing in this pamphlet I just talked about earlier. It looks like the Z-Man production companies, they're actually going to make a Walking Dead game, which is going to be cool. So if you would like us...
That's out.
I know, it's out,
yeah.
But they made the game.
Yeah.
And we don't have it, but if you guys would like us to do a video on it...
As a side note, so you don't get too confused, this is based off the comic book of The Walking Dead.
Right.
not the show.
Still though.
Still, Walking Dead is fabulous, but we digress.
But yeah, if you guys want us to do a review of that, let us know, and we will buy it, and we will do a review.
And another great thing is the cards. You can see here, both epidemic cards. You got just plain green, simple text here, and on the other side, you got the nice bright color blue, clear, more.
Oh, and
better
and the back of it's different too.
This is true. This is very true.
This one is the new one, and then this one is the older one. So we kind of changed that a little bit too.
And of course, obviously, in terms of the colors pop, and once again, we've got the city cards. Really great. As you can see, this one's a little more drab. This one's definitely pops out a little more, a little brighter. Always nice.
Definitely. But yeah, they definitely added a lot more.
You got a lot
things.
more value, and I would highly recommend getting the reprint over the original if you haven't gotten it already.
Actually,
Or if you already have it and you just feel like you want something a little more up to date, go ahead and buy the
new one.
new one, of course. And of course, the research centers are different in terms of size. They're both, it's still wood for either one, but here's the original, like such. Now here's the reprinted. You can see that's a drastic difference. Definitely bigger all around.
Mm-hmm.
Easier to handle, not so fiddly where you
Not so small.
so you can drop and lose potentially.
You don't want to lose these pieces.
No.
You can buy replacement parts, which we will have a link in the description to do so. So just keep that in mind.
And another favorite, of course, another thing that just I think makes the game a little more, gives it a little more pop, is, well, once again, you got the outbreak and the infection counter. Simple cardboard, not a big deal, nothing too special, just cardboard with the associated symbols. Where
we
in
have
the reprint, they're actually wood, a nice wood pieces.
As you can see, they are much better.
They're even a little bigger.
And they even kind of feel a little rubbery, just like the other pieces we discussed earlier.
Of course. Overall, I would say if you haven't gotten this game, once again, definitely go for the reprint. It's definitely a lot. It's overall the better choice.
It doesn't hurt to get the older version.
No, of course not.
As you can see, we have both.
Yes. It's just I prefer the newer one because I prefer the nicer components, the plastic pieces, the look, the colors are more vibrant.
Definitely.
And I prefer that a lot more.
More than the
Where,
old
I mean, don't get me wrong, the old one's great, but it's just a little drab. It doesn't.
This one's just more updated.
Yeah. Well, the updates they have made are fantastic, absolutely wonderful. And my recommendation is go for the reprint.
So, as you can see, here's the new one. We'll also have a link to this to buy this one in the description.
And you'll remember this one from our review.
Yes.
And we have a link on where you can buy this one and our review for Pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't seen that already, go check that out.
Definitely. And I mean the actual feel of it, as you can
Yes,
hear,
the box itself is.
it's a lot better.
It's a smooth wood here, where this one's more of that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe that.
That's kind of hard. It's got more texture.
It's definitely texture.
It's got better texture.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, this is definitely the way to go. I don't even know if they sell the older one anymore.
You could probably find the older one on Amazon or something,
but you can't buy it new.
But you probably could on Amazon. But if you're going to like a game store or any stores that would sell it, they're gonna be carrying the reprint for sure.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an easy find.
Just the updated version, and you know they just updated it.
They just made everything pop a little more, better components. So
And then also on the back, if you guys look at the back,
yes,
it's a little. The overview is a little. They make it a little easier to be able to understand what the steps are to play the game on this one, on the new one.
of
And then on
course.
this one, it's a little harder to interpret what you're supposed to do because they don't have it all organized.
They
like
give you a lot
this.
more images on the back, so you kind of
Yeah.
have a better idea visually to see what you're doing. But overall, we agree that the reprint is the way to go.
And in my opinion, this probably on our gaming scale would be an 8 for me out of 10.
In terms of components,
in terms of gameplay.
well, the gameplay is the same essentially.
Right.
But this only adds about 2 new volts.
This game, just in general.
But component-wise, yes,
far
definitely.
Better. This one's far better.
It is definitely the superior version.
But if you would like more reviews, or you have a game or anything that you would really want to review,
Yes, of course.
let us know, and we will buy it and we will review it for you. And if you want some gameplay videos too, we can do that as well.
Of course, and
Happy gaming, guys.
happy gaming.